And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at an expansion for Ticket to Ride called Ticket to Ride Poland. Now, this is an unusual game here, an unusual expansion for Ticket to Ride, in that the Poland expansion came out several years ago, in 2019 actually, and the number on the side is actually 6.5. And this is because it was made by a small company in Poland with the approval of Days of Wonder and joint with Days of Wonder, but it was really only sold in Poland. I went and got a copy of it because I wanted to have all the Ticket to Ride maps, so that's neat to have such a thing, but I didn't put much more thought into it. But this year, Days of Wonder has announced that they're going to be bringing this to the general public as an actual map that everybody can get. Still numbered 6.5, so I thought, hey, I already have this on hand. Let's pull it out and give it a whirl. So this review is obviously for people who already know how to play Ticket to Ride, and this is just telling you what this expansion map does. Here we go. On this map, you're only going to use 35 trains instead of the normal amount of trains that you'll use. Other than that, it's going to play fairly similar to a regular Ticket to Ride map, with an exception of, notice that there's only one 5-train route on the whole map. So other than that, there's some 4s. Most of it's pretty low, and in fact, the scores will be slightly lower in general. There's a bunch of tickets here that correspond to the cities. The highest point ticket is a 13-point ticket, and there is a 1-point ticket here. And it shows you, like every other map, where the different tickets connect. Now, what's going to matter here on this map, and you probably are guessing because you can see the piles of cards laid all over, these are different country cards. And each pile of country cards is going to have, see the pile here? So they're going to be a high number going down to the lowest number. These are worth points at the end of the game. And the number is equal to the number of lines there. Now, if you're playing this map on 2 to 3 players, you may only have one connection. So if there's one connection on a board, then another player cannot put a connection on that same spot. The exception to that here is a country. So this one has 3. If there was 3 players in the game, all 3 players could connect to that country. Now, connecting to a country doesn't do anything by itself, but when you connect 2 countries together, so let's say, for example, the red player here has connected these 2 countries together, you then get the top card of those decks. So that's pretty good, but it goes even more and beyond that if you then connect another country to that same network. So let's say I went up here and connected Germany to this network. I would get the top card of that one, which is a 7, not a 4, and the top card of the other ones. So it's possible for when you finally do connect countries for you not to get these cards. These cards will then be added to your score at the end of the game, along with tickets. There's no longest route, there's no most destinations. It's just going to be these, plus the tickets that you've done over the course of the game, plus points you've got for building routes. It's pretty straightforward. This is a single sheet of rules for how the game works. These cards work really well. They show the flag and then you stack them on top of each other. They're nice. I thought it was a nice little touch to have the colors connecting to the countries in most of the places contain or be the colors of the flag for those countries. So you can see down here Ukraine is blue and yellow. It has blue, yellow, and orange, but the blue and yellow are involved there. So that's a nice touch. Also, you can see the different cities here have a famous building that's part of that city on the map. It's nice. It's a good looking expansion, as all the Ticket to Ride expansions are. Now, I tend to like every Ticket to Ride map, so this is going to be no exception here. This one's a fun map. The only disadvantage to this is that it is, yet again, one of these single maps. I tend to enjoy these even more when you're buying and getting 2 maps for your money's worth. But this is a small map, so this isn't going to be a map that's really going to appeal. I mean, 3 players, which I played it at, is pretty tight, but you're going to have to shift how you think. So if I play, for example, regular Ticket to Ride, my goal is about building big routes on the board and getting big tickets. You're not caring about that much here at all. Yes, you can concentrate on tickets, and yes, going for tickets can be a legit strategy if the other player or players go for the countries. The countries is a lot of points, and you really can't ignore them, I think. You can't let one person get them all. That person will destroy everybody else. But you can get a few countries and then work on tickets, and someone else can almost ignore tickets and go for countries. I don't think you can just do routes on the board. And that works well. This reminds me a little bit of Pennsylvania map. If you like that one, a little bit of the German map. But it does feel different. This is an easy map, by the way, for people who don't play a lot of Ticket to Ride. The regular Ticket to Ride, both the regular and Europe, and either one of those will work with this game. Those are pretty simple maps, and then there are some more complex maps like UK or France or the Old West. But this map is one that if you've never played Ticket to Ride before, you could jump right in. I played it with Ticket to Ride experts, and they all understood it pretty easily. And there's just something appealing to seeing how many of those cards you get in the top. In fact, it has a little bit of Markland, Ticket to Ride Markland, an out-of-print Ticket to Ride, which is one of my favorites. So this is worth checking out. I mean, it's cool because of the country, Poland, and connecting to the surrounding countries. That's kind of a neat aspect to it. But it's also pretty fast and fun. It works really well with lower count players. Like it's a great two-player map. I think most Ticket to Ride maps are. This one especially so. So that's Ticket to Ride Poland. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment. Excellent.